Hey girl, you're probably here because you're ready to learn about manifestation, and I am ready to teach you. You might already know some things, but there also is probably some information in this video that brought you here in the first place. There's obviously a reason why you were drawn to click on this video, and so I'm excited to find out what exactly in this video is going to be the message that is for you. Because isn't it funny the way that the universe will bring us all these random messages and we just get these random impulses to click on random videos, and it's like, whoa, I actually really needed that, and I did this and I didn't even know why I ended up clicking here, but here I am and now I'm rambling, and I'm gonna try my best to make a good YouTube video. I haven't been on YouTube in a very long time, so this is new-ish to me. You know, I've been on my TikTok and my Instagram game. Go ahead and check me out over there. I do a lot of DIY, little art projects, things of that nature. That's probably where you heard about this video from, unless you clicked on it from your recommendations in YouTube, which means you might be subscribed. And if you're not, go ahead and subscribe. That would be incredible. I'm a little bit nervous, so I'm doing things with my hands, but I'm gonna get comfortable in 3, 2, 1. I want to teach you about manifestation, and I'm sure you know a little bit. I'm sure that you've heard about it. It was all over TikTok in 2020, 2021. Everybody knows what manifestation is nowadays. And I absolutely love that. I think that there are pieces that become confusing. I think that there is some information that isn't normally talked about when we talk about manifestation that is super duper 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 important. And I want to start off with how life actually works, okay? I feel like a lot of people have this idea that life is like in a line. You start here, you have all these things happen, and then this is your goal, you hit your goal, and it was this long journey and blah, 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 blah. But the issue that I have with that is that it feels like there's a separation between who you are and who you're supposed to become. In my opinion, who you're supposed to become is already in you, okay? It's already in you. Exactly who you are supposed to be is already in you. It's about uncovering that. So I want to draw you a little diagram, and this is exactly how I think life works, okay? It's not in a line. It's in a circle. Okay, life is a circle. The circle of life. Oh my gosh. Okay, period. So this is like your higher self. I don't even know if you can see this. This is your higher self. This is who you are, your true self, who you are discovering every single day. This is where we start. This is us. This big circle, this is us right now, right? We were born, and this circle is huge, right? We have all of these things inside, things that we like, things that we include into our life. These are the people in our life. These are the activities that we do. These are the ways that we think about ourselves, all of that, right? And as we go through life, we start to kick things out of our life. I'm going to try my best to explain this. We start to kick things out. We have friends that we realize, I don't align with this person anymore. We have habits that we make. We have habits that we do that we decide, like, I don't want to be that way anymore. I'm going to, become more of who I am. Because if we're leaving something behind, it usually isn't aligning with us. And a misalignment is only meaning that, like, it's just not you. I explained that not well, but I'll get more into that actually later, because we will be getting into that. Okay, y'all, I said I was back new to YouTube, so I'm hoping that I can make messages make sense. I am very ADHD all over the place, but we're gonna get to it. So this is your life. You have all of these things that define you, and as you start to realize, like, I no longer want to be defined in that way, you become more of who you are, and the circle gets smaller. So now this circle is us, and all of those things that we used to be are no longer inside the circle. Those are like how we used to define ourselves, who we used to be around, who we used to blah, 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 blah. And now we have all of these new ways that we define ourselves, these new people that we hang out with, these new activities, XYZ. I'm sure that there are habits that you used to have. Like for me, I used to define myself as such an angry person. And I was a very angry person. I had a lot of trauma that was unhealed, things that I didn't, blah, 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 blah. And so in that circle was a lot of anger. I made a decision to tighten up my circle and make sure that anger was on the outside of the circle, which meaning like that's who I used to be. No longer, you're not coming with me. You're not getting into this, because anger was never here. Anger was never the center point. Who I really am is a very happy, kind, optimistic person. the anger had to go. When my circle got smaller, I made sure that that was on the outside of the circle, right? All these new things define us. And as we go through life, we just become more and more of who we actually are. Now, this is on the outside. We're no longer her, but maybe this is still coming along with us. And then we get closer and closer until we are our highest self. And do you understand that? Like, I want you to know that everything that you are meant to be is already in you. That is so important to carry with you when it that is so important to carry with you when you are manifesting. Because I think that we have in our mind that we have to go and become this person. It's already in you, babe. You just have to dig it out and uncover it, okay? Listen, you're already who you want to be. Your higher self is already walking with you every single day. It's about removing the things that aren't who you are, the things that don't align with your higher self, okay? Your higher self is basically, how do I explain this? It's like an energy, and that energy is who you were meant to be, who you truly, truly are. It is your true, true self. So your higher self is let's talk about my higher self. My higher self is wealthy. She is kind. She is smart. She is humble. She is organized. She is gorgeous. She is she is healthy. She treats her body like a temple, right? And that is why when I am doing things like treating my body like a temple, when I am organized, when I am doing all of these things that my higher self is, I feel so good. I feel in alignment with my higher self. When I am making decisions that are not aligned with my higher self, like when I am hurting myself, when I am hanging out with people who I should not be, you know, when I'm giving that boy the 9,000th chance that I should not, it doesn't feel good. And it doesn't feel good because it is not my higher self. It is not who I am meant to be. I am out of alignment. And that's why it is so important to use your emotions as your guide. As you go through life, your emotions are going to keep you aligned with who you are. Like a woman's intuition, yes, we have that, but every single human being has this guide. It is a way to keep you on track, to get you closer to that centerpiece of how, you know, let me find my little circle thing. I'm trying to do very minimal edits in this. So like if I'm going really fast or like jumping around, I'll get better in the next one, I promise. I'm just trying my best here. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, our emotions are only here to help guide us in the direction towards our higher self. And you will feel that, okay? When you are making choices that are not aligned with your higher being issues, and you feel it. You feel off kilter. Is that a word? Off kilter? You feel off kilt? You feel off. It doesn't feel good. That's why that toxic relationship feels like shit. I'm so sorry, but it's every single day you are screaming inside and you're trying to quiet that voice and you're like, no, it's fine. He's really cute, or the sex is really good, or this is really good, so I'm going to stay with him. But inside you are screaming because you know you are in the wrong place. And I think sometimes women, we try and fix it. We try and do all of these things, but it's as simple as that's not your person. It's as simple as the universe, God, source is making you feel so uncomfortable so that you move, right? If we don't listen to these small impulses that the universe, God, source, whatever, for the simplification, I'm going to say, usually I say source. Actually, I say all of them. So I'm going to keep saying all of them. I usually say God, source, and the universe. But what was I saying? I don't know. Basically, God is always impulses. Small impulses. You are going to receive small impulses. And if you do not listen to those small impulses, they will get bigger and bigger and louder and heavier and heavier and it's like alarms when they start off like real nice, and it's like beep beep, hey, good morning, wake up, you're actually going the wrong way, beep beep beep. And then the longer you are going the wrong way, it gets louder and louder. It's like, wake up, turn around, you're going the wrong way. So I'm sure you might have experienced, look at your life, think back to a time where you knew you shouldn't have been doing that. You knew you shouldn't have been with that man. You knew you shouldn't have stayed in that group of friends. You knew you shouldn't have XYZ, you shouldn't have been there, you shouldn't have gone there, you shouldn't have been with those people. And you did it anyway, even though you had that small impulse. Because you didn't listen to that small impulse, the universe, God, source said, oh my God, I gotta tell this girl right, like louder, louder, louder. And then something happened that forced you out of that situation. An example for me was when I was stripping. I used to be a stripper. It was time for me to go. It was time for me to retire. It was time for me to actually believe that I could retire. And it wasn't happening. I wasn't leaving. I wasn't saving money. I wasn't investing in my future. I wasn't doing any of that. I was simply literally working paycheck to paycheck as a stripper. That's crazy. And because of that, I wasn't listening to the small impulses. And I wasn't listening to the small impulses. I was being stubborn, and I was like, in my mind, I could strip forever. Wow, it's going to be incredible. No, I developed arthritis, and I physically could not do it anymore. Like, physically could not. I could have listened to the smaller impulses that were trying to tell me in a nice, soft, kind way, like, excuse me, your time is up. It's time to find something else to do. And I heard that, and I said, I still have time. I'm good. I'm going to stay in the strip club. I'm going to stay doing this. And I ignored the alarm until it got so loud that I physically developed a physical ailment, or I don't know, ailment that made it so that I could not strip anymore. Like, I physically could not do it anymore. And what's funny is that same month that I ended up stopping stripping, I magically blew up on TikTok painting purses, and now I have a full business of that 1 year later. So the universe always has a plan for you. Trust me, there's something that is always working out behind the scenes. You just have to listen to those small impulses so that you can unlock all of the blessings. If I did not leave the strip club, I would not have been blessed with the new business that I have now. I was so drained. I was not able to build anything. I was not able to invest in myself. I was not able to do any of that because I was so drained by the work at the strip club. The energy there, it's so low that it was dragging me down, and I wasn't inspired. I wasn't getting the downloads from the universe of these creative ideas. It wasn't going to happen. It wasn't going to happen while I was doing that. And so the universe made sure I got my ass out of there. So when we get those small let's practice listening to those small impulses. Let's practice being aware of the messages that the universe is giving us so that we don't have to get screamed at, so that we don't have to be absolutely annihilated when the universe is like, listen, bitch, you need to because they will, especially if you are asking the universe to guide you. If you are asking for better, here's another thing. Don't ask for better if you don't want change, because things will change to get better, right? So it's like when you start asking, this is so funny. I see a lot of people do this, like when they're in a relationship and they're like, oh, I just want a real, like, maybe they're like with some like situationship that hasn't been going anywhere, and they're like, no, I want a real relationship. Like, I want things to be intentional. And in their mind, they're thinking like, with this man, like, I want this man, this one. And the universe is like, oh, they want something serious. I am going to rip this man who is not serious from her hands and make sure that they can't be together anymore. Something happens. Now you're all heartbroken when this is what you wanted. The universe is prepping you for your serious relationship. So it's like when you start asking for change and then when you start asking for better and then getting disappointed when the worse is being removed, like you're asking for better, so the worse has to be taken away, and now you're complaining. Those are mixed signals that you're sending to the universe that prolong your blessings, right? I've done it for so long. I'm actually bouncing all over the place. I don't even know what I'm going to call this video, but a really big mistake that I made, or not a big mistake that I made, but something that I wasn't aware of for the longest time was I was pursuing a career as a content creator. I loved to create. I love to create content. I just love it. I love the internet. I don't know. I'm obsessed. I'm chronically online, and who doesn't want to make money from their bedroom? So I was obsessed with that idea. I was like, I'm going to be a content creator, blah, 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 blah. I kept blowing up. I kept going viral for so many different things. And every time I received some amount of success, I would get anxious. I would stop posting. So I was creating this extremely mixed signal. And I didn't know where that freezing was coming from. As soon as the attention came in, I was like, oh, wait. And it was because Okay, wait, there's too much in this. My beliefs about myself was that I was not worthy of success. I was not somebody who people wanted to watch. I was not blah, 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 blah. These are my subconscious thoughts that came from my past. I was not going to be able to be successful until I was able to, one, identify those thoughts that I was having and truly be honest that, like, I fear success. I was never going to have success until I was able to acknowledge that and then remove those blocks. I don't really know how to tie this back into what I was talking about before. So maybe somebody needed to hear that message. But our beliefs are going to create our reality. You can say all day, you can script all day, you can manifest all day. These are all manifestation tools that people talk about on like social media, and you may or may not have heard about them. If you want me to talk more about like different, actually I'm not going to, because I think that's the number one reason why people are not as successful at manifestation as they could be. And it's because they're focused on these tools and these tasks, and it's like, okay, I write it down, I scripted it out, that's the manifestation. No, that's not. That's actually not the manifestation. That could be a helpful tool, like meditating, things like that can be a helpful tool. But the true manifestation happens in wiring your belief. So like, yes, you're scripting to wire your belief. And what I mean when I say wiring your belief, I mean like, I did not believe that I was successful or I was worthy of success. I didn't believe that I was worthy of people watching me. I didn't believe that I was but I was scripting. I'm a content creator. I have this many followers. I blah 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 blah. I didn't believe it. I needed to rewire the way that I saw myself and thought about myself before I could write down on paper and have that help me in any way. Because as I was writing it, before I had done any of the rewiring, as I was writing it out, I was like thinking the complete opposite. So it's really important if you're going to use scripting, which I'll probably talk about scripting here and there. If you're going to use scripting, you need to be in tune and make sure you're aware of what you're actually thinking while you're writing. Because if you're writing out, I make $1 million a year, and you're in your mind being like, oh my God, I don't even make $60,000 a year. $1 million, yeah, right. That's what you need to be into, because those thoughts is what's going to create the outcome, not the writing. It's not magic. I mean, it is. It's miraculous, but it's not magic, because magic is gimmicky. Magic is honestly fake, right? Like, it's a show. It's smoke and mirrors. Manifestation is miracles happening every single day. Okay. What else did I want to talk about? I mean, I kind of just went on a whole tangent, but I think the number one block that a lot of people do have is thinking that manifestation is about controlling your life. Like, you write it down and then I'm in control of my life, and this happens, and then this happens, and then this happens, and then this happens. It's actually not about controlling anything. It's about being or letting it go to the point where you're just allowing the blessings to come in. You're not saying, I want this and this and this and this, and it's so specific and it's got to go this way and it's got to da-da-da-da-da. That's going to get you nowhere. Being controlling and like overly critical and specific, your energy is like demanding. It's like, I need it now. It's tight. Just even thinking about that energy it's tight. You need to be calm. You need to trust. Number one, trust the universe. Trust that the best outcome is always going to be yours. This is, excuse me. This is something that I remind myself of every single day. Because I'm manifesting every single day. And there are things that I think I deserve. I would really like them. I really want them. And I don't get them. And instead of me saying like, oh my God, manifestation isn't real. Oh my God, I never get what I want. It's always, nothing ever works out for me. I'm so unlucky. None of that. What I say is, duh, there's something better. Why would the universe give me that if there's something better? I trust the universe. I know something better is coming. I'm excited for it to come. I am just letting it all in. When you let it go and let it flow, things really start to happen for you. I think that with the scripting sometimes and like writing down very specific things that we want and it's got to go this way and that way, I think we get like stubborn. I think we get really like entitled, you know? And I think that entitlement and gratitude don't really exist at the same time. I think that when you are expressing gratitude for what you have, that's when the universe is like, oh my God, this person is so grateful, I must give them more things to be grateful for. If you are demanding and you're like wanting, here's the number one thing, let me tell you something. When you want something, when you're coming from an energy of like, I really, really want this job, I really, really want, you are only going to create more energy of wanting. And when you want something, you don't have it. Like, I really want this. Yeah, because you don't have it, right? Instead of wanting and begging and desiring and all of that energy that puts us further from what we want. Sorry. I don't know what I was going to say, but we need to be like, I already possess the energy of somebody who has millions of dollars. I have it. Like, I don't even need the money to feel like I have $1 million. I already feel that way. Truly. Like, I am rich as I'm so rich. And when I tell you I've been like not having, but I have. Trust me, I've got it. Like, trust me. I might not have access to it right now, but I have it, right? That is going to get me to what I want way faster than like, oh, I really want it. Okay. The universe reads energy. The universe reads, like what we believe, the law of assumption is so much easier to understand than the law of attraction. Okay. I haven't talked about the law of attraction yet, but I have been talking about the law of attraction. Okay. So the law of the law of assumptions means what you assume is what happens. If you assume you're going to have a good day, you're going to have a good day. You know why? Because when you seek, you find. Okay. This is actually okay. Ready? Think about this. Look around your room and look for all of the blue things. Like, start counting them. Oh, I see all the blue, blah, 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 blah. Blues here, blues there, blues there, blues there. Okay, now close your eyes and tell me all of the red things that you saw. You're not going to be able to point out as many red things as you would be able to point out blue things, right? And it's because you were seeking the blue. You weren't even seeking the red. Now replace that with like blue is the good things and red is the bad things. If you start looking around for all of the good things in your life, you are only going to find good things in your life because you're not looking for the bad. If you start looking around, you're looking around seeking the good things in your life, you're not going to see the bad. You're going to be seeing the good. Okay, so start seeking the blue, the good. I hope that made sense. I think I'm going to leave that there. I honestly have no idea what I just said, but we're over 20 minutes. Hopefully I get to keep most of that in. I'm going to edit it just a little bit and upload her. And yeah, let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you want to hear about when it comes to manifestation, and let me know if any of that made sense. So... love you. I don't even have an outro yet, y'all. I think I just have to say goodbye and then I'll think about a really cool outro for the next one. But love her, love you. Mwah.